Hi, welcome back. And we have been remodeling the van. Well, I say we, Robert mostly. Um, and we were trying to figure out how to do like insulation on the back doors and on the side sliding door. And we found Living in a Bubble. Ha, how cute is that name for a company? And they make panels for, I think they're first supposed to be for the windows, but they're insulated. And so we thought that was a great idea rather than trying to make our own. We did buy some blankets at Salvation Army to kind of put up as insulation, but it was getting to be kind of a pain. So we bought some for the back doors, even though we don't have windows, and for the side door. They also make them for the front instead of making them yourself, because I did that and it was torturous. A few torturous hours of trying to make them to fit in properly, and it was very hot that day, and I was actually I was getting sick and had to go into the hospital. So it was just overall not a good day for me for making those, but this company makes them. And so I'm going to put these in, and then I'll take you on a little tour of all of the things that we have updated. And I will leave a link either up here or in the description box below for our initial van build, so you can see all of the changes that we've made. So each set that you get, either for the front, the rear doors, or for the side, I just opened up the bag, and it does come with its own little carrying bag, and then you get a little, look how cute that is. Little keychain, a little bumper sticker, live a life you don't need holidays from. And then it's not a little thank you card, but it's a hug. And so these are the founders. It's based out of Australia. So let's see how these go on. Oh, I put it up. Wow, those are some strong magnets. Oh, so much easier than cutting one. And it comes with a little pocket, so that's pretty cool. So we did make just a couple of changes in the van. We don't live in it full time. We just do weekend trips, and then we're going to be looking at like maybe a week or two at a time. But up front, really did nothing up there at all. It looks like it's a regular work van. And then just did their black, the thermal. So we put the black side out, even though I know that's supposed to be the part that like reflects the sun and the heat. But having the black behind the dark front seats just makes it look more like there's just a partition, a black wall, a divider, so that no one knows that you're in here sleeping. And then along the sides right here, just bought some really heavy duty magnets. This is the kitchen. We used the Ridgid, like a pack out tool set, and we bought 2 of them. And what's nice is that it has locks on each side, so then that way you don't have to figure out a way to lock doors and drawers so that they don't fly open. We did do the one that has 3 drawers. So top drawer is full of like kind of cooking utensils and stuff like that. And then this one's, both the top 2 drawers are pretty shallow. So again, just like kind of flat items, plates and utensils and things like that. Bowls are in here. And then again, on the bottom, it's the same thing, 2 shallow drawers. So we've got stuff for like toiletries and things like that in the bottom. My neighbor's dog is hysterical. Robert did build, there is a little shelf here, and we put a 5-gallon bucket here with a toilet seat lid on it. And then we have the water jug. We have a USB rechargeable faucet, and then also just one of those, I think it's like a 2 or 3 gallon bucket that Robert just put a notch in, so then that way the faucet portion can go in through into the sink. And then right down there, Robert built this so we can put shoes and things right underneath there. But that is the kitchen, and then this is pretty much the only open area in the van, but it gives plenty of space to be able to stand, to get dressed, to be able to make a cup of coffee, whatever it is that you're needing to do, there's plenty of space here. And then Robert found this. It's a BougeRV fridge and freezer combo. It's really lightweight. It's super easy to use. Plug it in. We usually use it just for a refrigerator, and it holds plenty for just a couple of days that we are gone. We leave it partially underneath the bed because we use it as a step to step up and out of the bed because it is a little high. I can't remember how high this is right here. And then the mattress I think is either 10 or 12 inch memory foam, so it is pretty high even for me, and I'm 5'7" and I have a difficult time climbing up into the bed, so it's nice to have a step. So I'm sitting on the cooler and you can see how high the bed is. It's almost pretty much in line, just a couple inches higher than the kitchen counter top. And then we do have a couple of TV trays, and sometimes it's just nice to have that if you want to prop up. We have a portable DVD player that Robert got, and so we'll bring DVDs with us when we go on trips, just in case it's raining or you're just always going to have downtime. An hour or so before you go to bed, you might want to watch a movie. It has the screen, you open it up, it looks just like a laptop. And then just like everybody else, underneath the bed we have our garage space. So this striped container here, that's where we put our dirty clothes. And then we have a couple of bins underneath for various items, tools, or anything that we may need when we are out. We also have up on the top of the countertop here, this is where we will plug in. It's a two-way with a couple of USB-C ports to be able to charge phones, plug in the coffee pot. And I did have Robert put in a mirror, so getting ready, brushing teeth and all of that stuff. It's nice to just have a mirror to kind of check yourself out before you head out for the day. We do always have coffee here, decaf and regular. And then up on the top shelf that he custom built, just have these here are windscreens that go in the front windows to keep bugs out, which obviously I don't have in, and it's love bug season here, so this might kind of stink that they're in here. And then just random things, some cleaning items and stuff like that up here. Towels, we have the quick dry hiking towels in here, and some garbage bags and just random bits and bobs that you might actually need. And then the next three are actually our clothes. So Robert's clothes, anything that we may need for like seasonal, so bathing suits or an extra jacket or anything like that, and then my clothes. And then we just have some cooking items, some soap, and all of that stuff that you need, you know, when you're getting ready. Reading, we read books sometimes if it's raining. We do have a Ryobi fan, and then we also have a space heater, and then all of the chargers that we would need for any of the electrical items that we have in here. And then there's a slightly narrower shelf underneath that, and that's where we keep on the very bottom. Can't see it, it's kind of tucked in, but there's a Ryobi battery charger back there. We currently do not have air conditioning in here. We're looking at getting the EcoFlow, I think it's a 6100 air conditioner, and once we get that and we try it out, I will let you know how that worked out. And then again, it's just a narrow one, so that's a really long umbrella because again, you never know if it's going to be raining. And then Robert did find, those are lights. They come in a pack of 3. They are rechargeable and they have 3 settings. Unfortunately, since it's light outside, you won't really be able to see how bright they are. But with all of the doors closed, when you turn on even just one of them, it's really bright inside the van. And then we also have one over by the mirror for getting ready in the morning. And then we did at one point have a shelf over on this side. So we had another one just like this, just as high over on that side, and took that down. And then just another look at the garage area. This over here is to hold in a small propane tank. I think it's a 3-pound propane tank for if we do want to bring the grill, then we can open up the back doors and then use one of the TV trays, or we have a folding table that we would put in here, and then we can grill out the back of the van. Over on this side, we do have like camping chairs and some fishing poles to just, you never know when you might want to go fishing. And then these are non-slip mats in the back. So whenever we put any of the tubs or anything back there, like nothing slides around. You don't hear any of that, which is wonderful. And then this is the back of the bed. It's the headboard, and built just a small little shelf that's in here. So this is the other insert for this window here, which obviously we can't use because we have the fan in it. And then just the hookup for the propane. Always want to make sure that you have fire extinguisher, and then any like little tools or anything like that to stick in here. And then Robert set it up so that we could do shore power. Here is where it gets the power from here, this 6-way, and then it runs up to the front to that 2-way up there in the kitchen. But then this right here actually goes down through the frame and comes out, and then can do shore power right there. So that's the updates to the van. I'll leave a link for the previous video here or down in the description box so that you can see. We used to have 2 cots, narrow cots here with something in the middle, and then we had an insert that we could put in, so then that way you could make one big bed, but it was really not comfortable. The only thing that was nice about it was that you had a clear walking path in the middle of the van to the back doors to be able to get in and out of those pretty easily. But this bed is so much more comfortable. We do have to sleep back to front instead of side to side. We're both about 5, I'm 5'7", I think Robert's like 5'8" or 5'9". So we're a little too long to sleep side to side. So we did have to take up a lot of space, like standing space, putting in the bed, but it was worth it. And it still feels like there's plenty of space in here for both of us to be standing at the same time. It's a little tight if you're wanting to get dressed in the morning. One of us just gets up to make a cup of coffee or something like that, and we usually kind of take turns standing, but there is plenty of space to be standing if we both needed to be. We do have a Jackery back here that we can charge up if we don't have shore power, but it is really easy to just get hooked up to shore power if we are at a campground or at someone's house. Again, we only stay in for 2-3 nights so far, and then we're looking at doing a slightly longer trip coming up pretty soon. Until next time, have a great week.